And we're back with some more Road to Glory with Rimouski, and we are about to start year number 4, I believe it is. This is our roster for the start of the regular season. We're just about to end preseason, and we have had a solid performance from our guy, Thomas Boudreau. He has a 68 overall grade, 69 offensive, and 65 defensive. So he is one of the better players on this team already as a 17-year-old. I am fairly certain that he is going to be drafted in the first round when it comes time. So my point is we need to make the best of him while he is here, because I don't want to take any chances with him being 19, being drafted, and, you know, not being here for that year. So we need to assume that we only have 2 years with Thomas Boudreau on the roster. So we absolutely need to get it done in that time frame. And honestly, we've had a pretty solid preseason here. We had a rough loss against the Drakkar there. That was a 6-1 loss. But every other game we've won, and in pretty convincing fashion, some of them as well. This one 5-0 against the Armada. This one 7-1 against Chicoutimi. I mean, we still have one more game to go against the Armada to close things out, but I am pretty hopeful for this season. I am worried about Mathis Russo, because he has not been good this preseason. I believe he has 860-something save percentage in 5 games. Yeah, 864. So I'll be looking for him to improve for sure over the course of the regular season. But besides that, I just want to see how this roster does, because, you know, the majority of the players on it are new to this team. And obviously, I like what I saw in preseason for the most part. So we may as well just go into the regular season with this roster and see what happens. Tristan Felix Tremblay is our new captain for this season. He had a pretty good year last year, 51 points in 68 games played. And he is, of course, one of the only players remaining from last year's roster, so that's why I decided, you know what, may as well make him captain. And our alternates are Charles Cote and Tristan Reed. Also on the roster, you have Jonathan Lagasse, who is a 2-star current ability. You have Ang, you have Gautier, you have Tristan Lee, who we actually just drafted. His defensive grade in the preseason is a 61. His offensive grade isn't really there, but I just want to see what he's capable of in the regular season before I send him down to Junior B, because I am kind of intrigued by that 61 defensive grade as a 16-year-old, especially as a half-star ability. So I just want to see what he can do. I guess we'll get the simulation started now, and I'll give you guys an update whenever I feel necessary. Because obviously with this team, the roster is almost completely different. I have no idea how this is going to shape up. So I'm expecting to need to make changes, but I hope I don't. So here are our lines going into game 1 of the season. You have Reed, Tremblay, and Boudreau on the first line with Poirier and Cote. And then you have Blouin, Pierce, and Lagasse on the second line with Como and Mann. Then you have Paille, Doucette, and Meville with Lebeau and Turgeon. And then you have O'Driscoll, Stewart, and Ange on the fourth line. And of course, in net, you have Rousseau and Beijing. And there you go. That is our lineup to start things out. And actually, the Calgary Flames called up Jerome Nadeau to a camp invite. So I'm hoping that they just send him back when camp is over, because he is quite a significant player. He has a 3.5-star ability. So we definitely are going to need that. Hopefully he just gets sent right back from camp. All right, good. Jerome Nadeau has been sent back down by Calgary, and that is a huge add for us. As, I mean, we started the season 4-0 so far, so I suppose that can only make us better. Although now with Nadeau coming in, Boudreau's on the fourth line. Don't exactly like that, especially considering Boudreau has had some crazy good grades for his first few games in the QMJHL. 79 grade overall, 78 offensive, and 76 defensive grade. So hopefully coach changes his mind about that, because Boudreau has been one of our best players. Even though it doesn't say it in his points, he only has 2 points so far in 4 games. But defensively, he has absolutely been phenomenal, and he's been playing top line minutes for those 4 games. So I absolutely expect that coach is going to move him back up there to the top 6. And if he doesn't, then we're going to have some problems. Because Thomas Boudreau, we appear to have something in him. And I do not want his development messed up at all. Okay, 7 games in, we're 7-0. And we're not just 7-0. Like, we haven't just been winning games. We've been dominating. As we see, 11-0 against the Titans. 5-0. 5-1. And then going back to September, 5-3. 3-1, 7-1 against the Drakkar, and then 2-1 in game number 1. I think we have something with this team. I think this team might be better than last year's team. Tremblay, look at that grade, 82. Nadeau with a 91 offensive grade so far in 3 games played. He has 6 points. Boudreaux with 6 points in 7 games played, 77 overall grade, 73 defensive grade. We absolutely have something here. This is, I'm not sure how we did it. This team might be better than last year's team. Just with the amount of blue grades that we're seeing, that's not common. At least not so far in this GM mode. And we have quite a few of them early on here. Tremblay, Nadeau, Boudreaux, Como with the 79 defensive grade, 38 goals for so far, and only 7 goals against in 7 games played. Wow. I don't think anything more needs to be said than that. Let's just go as far as we can in this video, I think.
Misses the net, but really scores! Most dangerous place on the ice, scores! No chance for the puck stopper on that one! Eagles fail to capitalize on the man advantage, both sides back to even strength. And that's the hat trick! Listen to this place! And here come the hats. I love this tradition, although I will tell you, they collect the hats up. They used to give them to us, and you're like, what?
We're in mid-December now, and yeah, take a look at the standings. I have no idea how. I didn't even know this was even possible. But 33 games in, we are 32-0-1. I am speechless. I have no idea how we're this good. But we are. And it's absolutely blowing my mind. We have 184 goals for and 41 goals against in 33 games played. A plus 143. The next closest team to us in that in goal differential is the Drakkar with 36. We are over 100 goal differential more than the Drakkar. I have no explanation. I honestly, I have no idea how this team is this good. But what I do know is, if we don't win the championship this year, then I will literally call off the series. I wouldn't be able to, I would not be able to handle that kind of disappointment, because this is just crazy. As we take a look at the stats here, holy moly, Thomas Boudreaux, what a kid. He's already at a 4.5-star ability. He started this season, I believe, as 3-star, I think. I don't know, but he's certainly made great strides from last season, as he has, as we see, 52 points in 32 games played. Certainly a key contributor to the team this year, as Tremblay as well, the captain, 46 points in 33 games played. We're just getting everything this year, it seems, as obviously, you know, take a look at our record. That explains itself. As we see goalie stats, Rousseau has a 906 and a 922 in 8 games played for Beijing. So we're getting goaltending, we're getting offense, we're getting literally everything. I mean, this team is, I have never, not in all my years of GM mode, have I seen a team that, I can't even put it into words, okay? I am legitimately speechless. I have never in my life seen a team like this. Oh, and by the way, that one overtime loss that we got literally just happened against the Quebec Remparts on December 14th. It took us 3 months into the season to get our first loss. And that wasn't even in regulation, mind you. We have yet to lose in regulation 3 months into the season. The season started on September 20th. It is now December 15th. I have no words. I think this is quite possibly the craziest thing that has ever happened to me in all my years of GM mode, no matter if it's on YouTube or not. Like, even in personal files, I've never had anything this crazy happen. Yeah, I have no explanation. Like, take a look at some of these games. We not only have been winning, we've been just flat out dominating, as we see by our goal differential. 10-0 here against Gatineau, 6-2 against Roy Noranda. You have a 6-2 win against Moncton, 5-1 win against the Armada, 6-2 win against Gatineau. I mean, we just literally flatten almost every team that we play, it seems. And even if we don't, you know, dominate them, we're still scoring a fair amount, like 5-4, 4-3. And there were a couple of games back in October, 11-2 win, 10-1 win, 11-0 win. I mean, this team is just insane. I have never seen anything like this. This is a completely legit 32 win streak team. Like I said, I have absolutely no explanation as to how we're this good. And take a look at this. Take a look at the team stats. Goals for per game, we are sitting at a 5.58. The team in second has a 3.97. Goals against per game, 1.21. I mean, the Huskies have a 2.79 goals against per game, and they're second in that department. Look at our look at our shots per game. 54 shots per game. The Huskies have 38 in second. Shots against per game, 13.55. Are you kidding me? Our defense must be stellar. As the second team in that department, the Cape Breton Eagles, 27.14. Surprisingly, we're not the best at faceoffs, but I guess that doesn't really matter considering literally everything else. We're last in shots blocked because, you know, we have possession of the puck more often than not, it seems. And a look at the special teams, our power play is second with a 25.9, and our penalty kills first with a 93.5. Like I said, I have no explanation. I don't know why. I don't know how. I didn't know this was even possible. This has to be a record of some sort. It just has to be. And so with that being said, let's just get on with the rest of this. Let's just go straight to the playoffs because we are clearly a good team here.
Back underway. Sends a pass over. Wow! He scores! Unbelievable rain! Are we watching something historical tonight?
All right, one more update before the end of the season. I am still having a very hard time processing this because we are now 46 games into the season. We just got our first regulation loss. Against Drummondville, 6-5 loss in regulation. We are 44-1-1. This is unlike anything I have ever seen before. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of the season. And I mean, there's not much else to really worry about with this team because we are 20 points ahead of the Chakar. I mean, yeah, that record speaks for itself. I have no idea how to explain this other than we're just apparently the best team of all time.
Rimouski's got it across the line. Here's a shot. He scores! This might be a where were you moment for so many of these fans.
Okay, stopping the sim one more time before the end of the regular season. I would just like to point out that we hit 60 wins before we got our second regulation loss. Yeah, we're 60, 2-2. You heard that right, and you saw that right. I have no words. I have never seen anything like this before. I'm trying to make sense of it in my head, and I can't. Holy moly, Boudreau's going off. 103 points in 63 games played. I mean, we'll check out the stats after the simulation is officially over for the regular season, but sheesh, I don't understand how we're this good. 364 goals for and 93 goals against. Are you kidding me? Plus 271. What? How is that even possible? So, final game of the season. Thomas Boudreau set up everything tonight. 1 goal, 6 assists in 1 game. Are you kidding me, Boudreau? We finish off the season 63, 2-3. I don't understand. Like, how is this possible? How did we do this? 393 goals for, 98 goals against, for a differential of plus 295. I wish I could explain this. I'm still completely mind blown. All right, here we go. Player stats. Yep, there you go. Thomas Boudreau, the rookie sensation. He's now a 5-star talent, by the way. 116 points in 67 games played. Are you kidding me? Look how many point per game players we have on this team. 1, 2, Doucette is almost point per game. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 point per game players, at least point per game. Not to mention Boudreau, who is 32 points ahead of second with Tremblay. And Leland Pierce, he had a big second season. Last season, he only had 1 point in 26 games. This season, 81 in 68, but holy moly. That's legitimately all I have to say. I cannot even put into words how historical this season is. if like I said, if we don't win the championship, I'm calling the series. Like that just I would not be able to handle the disappointment if we lose with a team like this. Like, wow. We had 2 defensemen as well who were point per game, Poirier and Coty. Anyway, let's check goalie stats here. Richardson with a 925 in 11 games played. Beijing with an 894 in 12 games played. And Russo in 46 games played with an 893. So even with save percentages that, aren't too impressive, we somehow managed this. And it's not like, it's not like we were just barely winning games either. We were dominating most of the time, as seen by our team plus minus. I don't think I have ever even seen a team like this, let alone manage one. And here's a quick look at the grades. I mean, not that we really need to look at them because, in order to have a season like this, basically everybody needed to have a good grade. And it appears that is the case. Obviously, Boudreau with the 83 grade overall. I cannot wait to see how he turns out. I mean, this is probably, given our regular season, this is probably our last season in Rimouski. But still, I think we need to follow this guy's career even after we've moved on from Rimouski, because there's no doubt in my mind that he is going to be one of the best players in the NHL when he gets there. Because, I mean, in his first season with Rimouski, he just absolutely tears it up with 116 points in 67 games. And not only that, he was great defensively as well. He has an 18 positioning rating. And look at his defensive ratings. Man, this guy's going to be a beast in the NHL. We'll take a look at the team stats, I guess. I mean, not that we really need to, but just for fun. So a 5.78 goals for per game. That is incredible. And goals against per game, 1.41. Like I said, if this team doesn't win in the playoffs this year, I have no answer. I will be speechless either way, to be honest, but I will not be a happy camper if that is the case, let me tell you. Power play, we were first in the league, 24.3. Penalty kill, we were first in the league, 87.7. We were just by far the best team in the league. So, like I said, there's no reason we should be losing at all, really, in the playoffs this year. We should, I will not settle for anything less than a championship this year. Absolutely not. This team is way too good. As we see by the record, nearly unbeatable team. Only 5 losses total, and 3 of them were in overtime or a shootout. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Truly unbelievable. Like, if I wasn't the one who was sitting here playing this game right now, I would have a hard time believing it myself. I guess now we see who we have in the playoffs. I mean, not that it really matters, because either way, we're going to steamroll our way through the playoffs and get to that championship, because there's nothing stopping us. I mean, was there really any doubt? We have been nominated for the GM of the year. So that is, I mean, we've had a nomination in basically every award, as we see with the Michel Briere Trophy, Thomas Boudreau nominated for that, the Jacques Plante Trophy. You have Mathis Russo for the Emile Bouchard Trophy. You have Charles Coty and Charles Poirier for the Rookie of the Year. Of course, Thomas Boudreau for the Guy Carbonneau Trophy. Thomas Boudreau for the Frank J. Selke. Okay, so we don't have the Frank J. Selke Trophy, but we have a nomination in every other possible award. What a historical season for your Rimouski Oceanic. And now we see who we have in the first round of the playoffs. And it will be the St. John Sea Dogs. And wow, how the mighty have fallen. Remember, they were the champions 2 years in a row to start this franchise mode, or rather this Road to Glory mode. And now they're 29, 36, and 3. So, I mean, there's not much that really needs to be said, because, like I said, I'm not settling for anything less than a championship. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, hit like and subscribe. And in the next one, we'll go through the playoffs. See you guys then.